Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In the background there is a new trail that I built, and no, I did not build that by hand because I got my little Chinese mini excavator, and by the way, it has been working very well for me. After running the machine for a few hours, I've quickly found out that it has little quirks which need to be ironed out, just like all those little machines. They are not perfect, well, what is, right? But I did some modifications which have so far seemed to really help the performance of the machine. So I am very happy with the performance of this machine, and this trail is a perfect width. You know, I've built trails in the past. I said that I rented that Kubota U17 a couple of times, and this trail is much narrower in a good way. It's very, you know, people don't necessarily want super wide trails that are almost like nature paths. So this is just wide enough to be a foot trail. You know, it's about 2.5 to 3 feet wide, which is on the wider side. But one of the things about trails is you build them a little bit wider, and then years down the road, you know, everything, the brush grows back in, and it becomes a perfect width, you know, because naturally it's gonna look man-made when you make it. But, well, it would take a lot of extra work to make it not look man-made. But anyway, it's gonna have that new look for a while. But after probably 2-3 years, all the nature grows back in, and it looks like it was meant to be there. So as you can see, it's a super good looking trail. I mean, there is a lot of extra stuff which will, like I said, it will grow back in. You know, this stuff here, I will probably actually do a little bit more touch-up work because, to be honest, I mean, yes, it is a little bit ugly, but here you can see the width of the trail. It's not overly wide, and it's not a road going through the forest. It still has that trail look. Well, you actually get to see the machine on site this time. This trail here, I just built over the last probably week or so. Not every single day. I was just working on it when I got time. But this little machine is, well, it's a machine. I only have run it for about 12 hours so far. But as you can see, this is a lot of rock and stuff in here. So it's not light duty for sure. And obviously, I'm hoping it'll give me quite a bit more than this, but if it keeps going like it's going now, it will be a great machine. So let's get into the modifications. Alright, so the first thing you see here is the customized Heartland sticker. I had a few of those made up in white already, and I just stuck that on there, took the other sticker that I had off, and then I also put that Heartland sticker and its twin on the other side. So that kind of really customizes the machine. It makes it my own, and it just lets you know that it's Heartland. Right, so the other thing, which I'm actually very happy how it turned out, but I put this exhaust tip on there because the problem I was having, along with probably other people as well, is that this exhaust pipe was basically came to right there, and it was way too short, so I just added that, and I know it decreases the sleekness of the machine. As you can see, it creates something that may potentially be able to break off, but I have noticed a lot cooler temperatures inside that engine compartment, and what it was doing, it was all those hot fumes were basically blowing right inside there, and it was making the whole cowling super hot, and as if it wasn't already hot, it really made things a lot worse. Alright, so down in here I've put 2 electric fans. So these are 10-inch electric fans which I got on Amazon. I think they were around $40. I could have actually done with a little smaller one on this side, but I do like the amount of air that they move. It's better than the little 7-inch ones I've seen. So let's go ahead and turn the battery on and see how they do. So I was planning on just swapping the thumb immediately, but it has taken, well, it's already been 2 weeks on order and it has not showed up yet. So I figured, well, in the meantime, I will just make these supports. And so I just got some 1/4-inch scrap angle iron, welded that in there, and it's made picking up stuff so much easier. And you know, before I had bent it in, so they were super close, but now I won't have that problem anymore. I really didn't know what to expect about the performance when I actually got it on the trail, but it's doing very well. The manual thumb has made it a little challenging because I have to grab it at a certain place, and I have to curl it around, and it's really awkward, but I've figured out a system that works kind of. So as you can see, we are here on site. You know, trail building is one of Heartland Northwest specialties. You know, almost anybody with a machine can build a road, but trail building has its own techniques. Trail building is not just a small road. It's a lot more than that. You know, you use different techniques. You know, road, you can go steeply up places or whatever, but trails, you have to really be careful about your slopes, and you can't just run the trail anywhere. You have to make water drainages, you have to, like I said, slope. You know, we have water issues here in the Northwest, so all of that is a factor when we build trails. With Heartland Northwest, we take great care in building sustainable trails that will last a long time. Part of the trail process is, before we even move dirt with a machine or by hand, is scoping out. We don't just go through the woods and expect a trail to appear. It takes sometimes many hours beforehand, because with trail building, you may get somewhere and find a cliff and then have to reroute the whole trail, and then it just wastes time and money. But here we scope it out, make the trail the perfect route so it will last and sustain a long time. Many people who want to build a trail, they think of it automatically as, okay, well, point A to point B, let's just go down this slope. But the problem with that is, well, the first problem is that it's no fun to walk, and the most important thing is that it will be gone in 5 years. Trails like this will last probably 75 or 100 years and longer if they are maintained. I used to mountain bike, and I rode on many Forest Service trails which were built in early 1900s, and they were still good trails. Some of the Forest Service trails were a little steep for my liking, but something that they did managed to last for a long time. Before we even begin the trail building, the very first thing that we do is scouting the land, finding the best route which will be the most likely to be sustainable for years. So when we're going through a forest, you don't want to go straight up a slope or straight down a slope. You want to do your best to cross the slope at no more than half the side slope. So if you have a grade that is 30%, you don't want to go any more than 15%. And the rule is, you really, in the perfect world, you don't want to go over 10% for a trail slope, because any steeper, it will create water drainage problems.